This is ATA 2017, episode number 7 with Trent Cole of Blitz TV. This is Bruce Hutchin, and I'm still at ATA, and I'm hooking up with Trent Cole, and Trent's All-Pro, Blitz TV, and just really neat to have him on the show today. Trent, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Trent, now how does an NFL guy do hunting and do farming? How do you balance all that?
Well, this is my life. This is my livelihood. This is to be able to do these things, you got to have a balance to it. And the only way to balance it, you just got to accept it, and this is part of your life. This is part of your daily life. This is what you're going to think about every day. This is what I do, and this is what I do. I think about, just football, hunting, farming, and I'm always planning ahead. I'm always planning for what's going to happen later on or happen in the future.
When you think about, NFL, everybody watches you guys on Sunday, and nobody really appreciates it. It's a 9-month season, really.
Yeah, like I said, it's very tough, with the NFL. Being NFL, it's 7 days a week, and it's very tough because people always think like, well, he's got this big contract with this many years, but people don't understand that we lease our lockers, any day. Our job's on the line every day we go in. Anything can happen. We can get hurt the next day and your career could be over with. So, you can't take nothing for granted. You got to go in there with a positive attitude every day, and you got to hit it 100 miles per hour,
And in the warm-up, we talked about the balance that you keep because you're doing a lot of stuff, and you can talk about whatever you want on that. But let's just focus on managing your properties to grow these big deer that you're putting down for Blitz TV.
Yeah, I'm been blessed and able to have different farms and stuff, and then some people can't, but some people get access to farms that they're allowed to be able to manage or at least put a food plot on, and I tell people who got property that it don't matter if you have 5 acres to, or whatever. If you put a food plot on, I've always been taught by my uncles and my dad, he who has the gold is in control. Make your place the candy store. You can't worry about what the neighbors are doing. They might have some neighbors that like to shoot at everything, but you can't worry about them. That's just one less. You just can't do it because it's always going to be there. But that there's a big buck lurking somewhere around there. There's a shooter for you, and the opportunity might not come this year or next year. But the way to get to that point is, you got to be. It's all about discipline, and having, just with with bucks, you got to just make your place a safe haven, and I think the biggest thing with people is understand trail cameras. That's the biggest downfall for people is trail cameras because they're checking them too much, and they got to understand they're leaving scent when they're touching the cameras, and they're wondering why, well, it ain't took them a couple of days to come back, and I think that's a bigger reason to tell people, try to cut down checking the trail cameras down to checking it every week and a half or, at least give it a whole week before you go in there, And, but there's a lot of different things that go into it, like especially with the food plots, you're being a conservationist. You're helping your deer herd by putting these food plots in because you're putting the food there. You're giving them something to make them keep coming back, and you're making a place to where during the rut that they're gonna make sure that one of them days or 2 times out of that day they're gonna come by and check that place. But the thing is, you better be there when it happens. It's all timing, and that's where the luck part comes in. Because the way we do things here at Blitz TV, we go on with a purpose. We go in and we purposely harvest the deer we're after.
So you're building the hit list for the crew, right? Or each one's building his own hit list?
Yes, these guys, I got a bunch of great guys on the team, and that's what it takes to have a great team and great pro staff. And these guys are proven. These guys go out here and they get it done. They live an everyday life just like anybody else. They work and they're doing doing it the Blitz TV way. And like I said, we took a lot of great bucks in here in the past, and it's just all about having discipline. You know what I'm saying? It's also about having a group of guys who you can work with on one piece of ground. And my uncle always would tell me, my dad says, hey, a farm ain't fun unless you got somebody to share it with. And, I'm not one of them guys that don't just keep a farm to myself. I always at least have to it's in me to let another guy able to come hunt. And if somebody just don't have a spot to hunt and it's just, they're not getting away, you're deer hunting because, and you got some turkeys out there and you let them come and hunt. It's just, you got to just keep yourself honest. It's just, it's just one of them things that I was, brought up to do. And like I said, it starts with having a good group of guys to work with on a property. And these guys got to know what your goal is, what the purpose is of what you're trying to do there. Everybody's got to be on the same page. There's no I in the team, because if it comes to I in the team, he'll surely be gone very quick, because, it won't be no fun to be with a group of team when you got one guy who want to, do this and do that and do this. It needs to be agreed upon by the whole team. And when you have that, you can be able to manage and have some big mature bucks that you see that we're doing, the ones that we're taking and harvesting, and well as other TV shows are harvesting. And it takes a lot of work, Bruce. It takes a lot of work. You got to, and just being in my position as an NFL player playing in the league, I don't get that much time to hunt, and what I do everything in the off season, just for that one moment, just like when I'm, just that one moment, just like in the NFL, I'm working out, I'm training, or, I'm out there playing food plots and stuff, doing what I can just for that one, just to make that one play, or get that one opportunity to go out there and check the quarterback, or get that one opportunity to get one of the biggest whitetails, that I have out there, one of my hitless bucks.
Now, what about Richie? No, you're telling me he put down a pretty nice buck this fall.
Yeah, yes. One of the farms we call Paradise. It's just everybody comes out there. They say it's just the most beautiful place ever. It's God's country, and it's a place that me and him we've been managing for quite a while. It took us a couple years, 2-3 years to learn it. See where the deer flow was, and we made some mistakes. That's just part of it. Made some mistakes, and the biggest mistake I could tell everybody that if I wish I could change around just on that farm. But the thing is, I found a way to recoup that back. Is I cut all the cover off of it, and the cover. What I mean by cover, all my fields when I first bought that farm were all growed up into. It was like almost a big growed up hay field. You know what I'm saying? And these deer loved it. They love how they can just cross a whole field. It's like hunting in Oklahoma or Kansas. That's what it looked like up there. And I could sit up on top of my hill and watch bucks cross back and forth. Bucks bedded down in there. And I wanted to cut it off because I love a clean farm. I love my farms clean. And that's the way I do stuff when I'm farming and stuff. I love my farms clean, and I cut it off. But I recoup. What I did is to recoup from losing that deer flow and not seeing that many deer like we used to see I put crops on there. And I let, that certain farm, I shared cropped. I brought a farmer and got hooked up with another farmer around the area, and me and him share cropped. And we put we putting corn on there every year, and there's not too much corn in the area, and a lot of the deer are, we got a lot more deer now. I mean, it's unreal to go out there, and it's nothing to go out there and see 20, 30 deer a night. And you're talking about Ohio,
Now, do you put any of that in CRP?
No, not on that farm there. We don't have CRP in that farm because the way it's set up, because of there's stipulations on that where you got to have a creek. It's got to be within some feet of a creek. And I'm up on a hill, or, I'm up on a real big hill. And you're talking about 315 acres on top of a hill, and there's only one way in and one way out, And think about it, some of these deer ain't gonna see people, And you remember you got a lot of other land that's bordering that I mean, you got 300-400 acres on each side. It's born that people you have to cross to get to it, and that's a hidden piece. That's deep in there. You know what I mean? You're talking about from my side of my farm, that particular farm to the other side, it's a mile. You know what I'm saying? So
sounds like you got an island there.
It is an island. It's an island. You're sitting on an island.
So how do you hunt it?
Well, you can't hunt. One thing about that, when you have fields, the way it's set up is a big key to, one thing we have when we're doing is access. That's the biggest key. If you want to keep seeing deer every time you go out to hunt, is access. And that's one thing that I think most hunters don't pay attention to. Is access. They think they got the right, but they buckle down and really be disciplined about it. You know what I'm saying? They would have deer coming there every time they go out. You see what you want to see, and you get your opportunity. But it's access like that farm right there. We can't go in the mornings. We cut in the mornings because I got fields, and it's hard to get back to the draws and the big ravines and stuff in the morning. So we can't hunt certain areas in the morning. So we got spots designated for that up close to the farmhouse, and it's still good, and it's hard to hunt that farm on only really you can hunt that farm is on the southwest wind. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, though, also, since it has the ravines and stuff, Bruce, we found spots to where we got stand spots where our scent vortex is up. It goes straight up. And because the reason why, because we've had deer and nice and really mature bucks circle all the way around and still not wind us. And the reason why we know is because we went down in there and we burned some leaves and watched the smoke fall down to the valley, the hot, cold and thermals, and watched it rise. And we saw that one spot. It just went straight up. It would not go left, right, behind you. It wouldn't. The hot and cold thermals. No, it just straight up. I mean, it just went straight up. It's just like, this is the way it works. And it's just, we knew we put a stand there, and I had my opportunities and didn't connect on booners. And Richie, my partner Richie, he's connected. He has some sets down in there. He's killed some really good deer.
So what's the difference of his connection and yours?
It seems like, it is hunting with me, and I'm in some tough situations because, with a mature buck, you never know where they're going to come from. They just, I feel like mature bucks, they have a pattern, but they don't have a guaranteed pattern. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that pattern to where you want it. It never's going to be on your time, or it never going to be come to the food plot when you want to come. You know what I'm saying? I've always noticed that they'll hit. I've seen bucks that on trail camera 4 miles down the road. You know what I'm saying? And neighbors just told me they see them down the road and be on my farm 2 days later or a day later. You know what I'm saying? And what I learned is some of the bucks I've killed is that I knew I got their pattern down, and most of the big bucks I've been after, they don't come to my farm maybe 2 days out. You got a window. You got a 2-day window on your farm because they have a circulation, and they're hitting everybody else's farms. And you got a 2-day window. They'll be there in 2-3 days. If you don't kill them in that window right there, you know what I'm saying? Hey, your chances go drastically down. The percentage of your chances of killing them drastically goes down. I mean, a lot. But I noticed that there's a 2-day window to kill these monsters. If you're going after a really mature, a buck has been through the ringer, and it's very smart.
Well, let's talk about that, because are they cycling through because of food? Not too much pressure, water, cover.
That's the thing.
What do you think?
You can't, it's like the weather. You can't control it. You know what I'm saying? You might have a pack of coyotes, might run them out there, but you'll never know. So you got to get in there, and it takes time. You got to be in there, you got to hunt. And that's what it is. That's the part where that luck come part. That's the luck part of it. You got to be in there, you got to hunt. You got to spend going there, and I've been taught to, if you get on a good buck, you know what I'm saying? I've been times where I get in a climber and I'll move in. You know what I'm saying? I'll go set up. I see him, then I'll move closer. You know what I'm saying? The next day I'll get closer, if I see him again. And then, when it's time to, when we got him right where he wanted him, and then we're going in to kill. As I said, if we're going to go in, we're going to kill regardless. If we don't, we failed, So
you got to bust you.
Yeah.
You're right on top.
Yeah, and then a lot lot of things I share with a lot of other people is that the bucks, some of the big bucks I've taken, that I've killed them 10 yards outside of his wind of him. You know what I'm saying? Catching wind of us, called the eddy line. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about, that's what we call it. And it's been on like on the edge. I'm talking about some of the bucks I got close to. It's just, you might have to hunt them on the wrong wind, but there's a wrong wind, but you can find that you gotta play with fire. And I mean, literally 10 yards. I've been at 10 yards outside, them not blowing, you know what I'm saying, catching wind of us. And so
you really are on the edge.
Yeah. And it seems like you just, if you can find a way to attack the wrong wind, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And play with fire and get as close as you can. You know what I'm saying? You can be very successful, and you can be successful every year. You can take some great bucks.
Let's talk about the management of your farm, because one thing that you've done really, really well is set up farms that are producing mature bucks, and that's not easy. Yeah. That's a lot of work.
Yes, it is. It's a lot of work. You know, we apply mineral. You know, we apply minerals, and just like anybody else does, we do mineral, and you know, with the, like I said, with the food plots and stuff. And one thing we do not, and we make sure that you know, we're shooting a mature. You know, no matter the size of the rack, it doesn't matter the size of the rack. We make sure if we're going to go out there with a purpose, we're going with the purpose to make sure we're going to kill a 4.5 to, you know what I'm saying, plus, you know what I'm saying, mature, you know what I'm saying, mature buck. And like I said, we take a certain amount of does. You know what I'm saying. We always, like I say, if we're going to take, we got to go do our job and make sure we each take a doe, you know, and just to, you know, play our part of the management part of things. But like I said, it only takes 1 to 2 years to see a change if people want to start managing. If they want to start, make sure if they don't want to go out there and they want to grow big bucks, pass the small ones. Do it for 2 years or do it for a year. You will see a drastic change. In a year and a half to 2 years, you'll see a drastic change. You know what I'm saying? You'll see a lot bigger deer.
Now, what about your crop rotation? Because we know deer need cover, food, and water.
Well, you know, I do. You know, certain farms we got crop rotation. You know what I'm saying? We're doing from wheat to, you know what I'm saying, soybeans to, you know, rotating to corn every other year. But some farms we just running corn straight because it's just so fertile, and we just don't need to rotate the crop. And like I said, that has a, you know, that has a big effect. But like I said, you have the crops. If your property has the balance of from, you know what I'm saying, from water to cover to crops. I mean, and that's what I try to do. You know what I'm saying? If I buy a farm here or there, that's what I try to do. I try to look at this farm. I try to see, okay, where's the percentage of water? There's maybe 10% water, you know what I'm saying, of water there. There's creeks, there's ponds, you know what I'm saying? And especially, and you got, depends on how much of, you got tillable, and then from cover, you know what I'm saying, from the wood standpoint of it. And that's a big factor in when I buy property, you know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to real estate, you know, I tell people who are interested in buying farms, you know, I buy farms that are actually going to, I mean, that's just me. That's just what I do. I buy farms that is going to take care of itself, you know, with the crops. It's going to pay for the taxes, you know what I'm saying? You can enjoy it, you know what I'm saying? You're going to make a little bit of money on it, you know, but that's just me, you know, and then everybody don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You know, it's a place to enjoy, and you can do whatever you want. Once it's yours, it's yours. You pay taxes on it, and it shouldn't be nobody trespassing on it because they don't pay the taxes. Yeah. How do you
manage, that's a good segue, how do you manage your neighbors, or you know, how does that work? Because you got to have neighbors.
Yeah, and that's a big key is you know, when you buy a piece of property, you got to do some research. You got to ask around the area, ask about who's your neighbors, talk to your neighbors. So I've been lucky enough to find places where I've had neighbors. Some of my neighbors don't hunt, and some of them don't allow hunting. They got all kind of property. Everybody wish they could hunt their proproperty, but that just makes your property even a lot more better. So it's just music to your ears, isn't it? Yeah. So it's like, but you got to also work with your neighbors. You got to make great relationships with them. You know what I'm saying? They got to respect. You got to have that respect. Your neighbors need to respect you because they ain't paying your taxes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a stickler on that. You know what I'm saying? there's some neighbors that, give you problems, but hey, that's why you got to just go call your local law and take care of it. So, and I advise people, once you find a trespasser, don't hesitate to prosecute them right there and then, because you'll stop it, because it'll keep happening. Because once you do it, you make a statement, and then he gonna tell his buddies, and it ain't gonna happen no more. And that's what you got to do. Don't hesitate to prosecute him, because nobody should be breaking the rules. There's too much public land around here to be hunting. There's too much, way too much. And I got farms where I should be hunting public land and instead of hunting my farm. I'm talking about public land. It's just the access and having access to that, man. There's really, really great hunting, just in Ohio in particular with the public land. And it's crazy how many bucks I see come from the public land just to try to come to my property. Yeah. But to have good, to have these deer, I gotta put the right food just to make them come from the public land. So, that's why I got crops, I got food plots, I got different things to make my place the candy store. Come and visit.
We'd love to do that. Hey, you got about a minute or two to give some shout outs to the crew, and then we're going to wrap the show.
Yep. Well, I just, like I said, if you want more information on just what we're doing here at Blitz TV, you can visit coeoutdoors.com, and also look us up on social media, as far as comes to Twitter, Blitz TV _TV, Blitz _TV, also on Instagram, and also our Blitz TV show on Facebook. You can keep update with our live updates and stuff, and what each one of the hosts is doing. If you want to know more about Richie Elam or Josh Atkinson or Mike Moore, Brett Yates, or just myself, like I said, you can hit them outlets up and you can see what we're doing this in our daily lives, to just being out in the woods, to and pursuing whitetails and pursuing just in general North America's big game. But like I said, it's we're looking for another great year here, Blitz TV. A lot of new additions. We're outfitted by Cabela's now, and that's very big. And we're wearing O2 Camel now, and it's been great to us. It's done really good. Just the apparel itself has been really good to us. With the different elements we have to go through throughout the seasons, from early season to late season. So it's been great. So like I said, visit us at coeoutdoors.com, and also make sure you look us up on Facebook and give us a follow on Instagram, Facebook, and also Twitter.
So on behalf of Whitetail Rendezvous, this is your host, Bruce Hutchin, and Trent Cole. Thank you for talking to my listeners all across North America, and I wish you well in the season coming ahead.
Well, thank you for having me, Bruce.
It's never too early to think about food plots. Whitetail Rendezvous has an ebook for you. Just simply text 33444 food plot to get your copy.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for another episode of Whitetail Rendezvous, where you can listen and learn from the experts so you can be more successful on your next hunt. Until next time, listen, learn, and succeed.